Hello, this is Dan Lewis here for the final or one of the final posts in week 9 here of the forums. This has been an interesting class, definitely something that I wasn't expecting. Didn't really know what was going to be going into it. Learning history, PE, stuff like that. I didn't know that that was something that was really studied or examined too much. So the fact that going through this class and understanding the history of sport, competition, athletics, gymnastics, PE, all of the above, physical education in general, just seeing how it's developed has been definitely enlightening and helped me understand how how we're getting to where we are nowadays. And as this post is desiring to see where we're going to be going in the future. So taking a look at some of those things, the historical time frame, one that kind of sticks out to me is the Roman period. When I think of the Roman period, I think of the giant Colosseums. I think of screaming, roaring fans. I think of people just going crazy over people knocking each other's heads off, or fighting to the death, or all sorts of different things. And when I think of that, I think that relates so much to athletics today in terms of the game of football. That's my favorite game. I absolutely love it. So when I think about this, I'm like, oh man, how much is football influenced by that Roman ideology of just really getting excited about people hitting each other and knocking each other out, and really getting after it. So that's something that has impacted me, and I think about as far as athletics and sport. It makes me wonder, is that just human nature? That's something that we enjoy. We like watching people get injured. We like watching people, big physical, brute strength men hitting each other, going 100 miles an hour, doing something spectacular. So I think that that's something that was influenced back then, and I think that that's carried over in today. To have such a fan base, such a following, people to be excited about athletic competition, and then just the physicality and the dangerous nature of it. Football is one of those dangerous games. There's a lot of injuries, a lot of bad things happening, unfortunately, and I think that that's related to it when I see as far as trying to coach and teach sports, and helping out with kids and understanding how to play the game of football. When I look at topics related to the history and philosophy of physical education, I look at Title IX at the big impact that that's had. Title IX is something that's going to forever make a lasting impact. It's obviously made it so that women are competing. We've even looked over the Olympics, and you see just the numbers. In the first couple, no women participated. Now there's thousands of women participating, and it's nearly a 50-50 split even in many of the Olympics nowadays. So it's pretty darn close, at least in some of the numbers I was looking at through the class as we were learning about various Olympics. So Title IX has increased. It's had a dramatic impact as far as increasing women participation in sports and athletics. I think that started here in America. I think that's why women's sports have been dominating. And I think that that's going to continue. Now, based on my knowledge, I've seen that other countries are starting to catch up as far as having their women get involved in sports. I think that that's why women have had such a big advantage. I think that's why our women's world, we've been winning the World Cups, or our women dominating the Olympics in many of the sports. But I'm seeing other nations starting to really pick up on that. Obviously, gymnastics and swimming, some of those in China and Russia have done really well. But I feel like not as many countries have, they've lagged behind us. So I anticipate that women's sports are going to pick up internationally. They're going to start being more um, well well attended. They're going to start being, people are going to be more excited about them. Some of the sports like volleyball are picking up a lot. There's more sports in the women's Olympics that both men and women are starting to enjoy, and they're able to watch and see the women compete at a high level. So I think that's been a big impact. So Title IX has had lasting impacts, and that's pretty impressive to see. Now, what I am seeing based on the history, as I mentioned, I love the game of football. Injuries, a lot of things happening. I feel like we are, there's this press toward enlightenment or understanding, and we see about brains and how the impact of concussions have really hurt us. So I could see, moving forward based on what I've seen. I don't know if football is going to be the same sport that we see today. We love it so much, but with so many injuries, I've already seen a drop in participation. Doesn't seem like kids are wanting to play as much. Maybe there's just going to be some added education. Parents might not put their kids in as young, or maybe some kids that just won't play that probably shouldn't, or that here or there. But I still feel like there's just been a little bit of a decline at the lower levels. Maybe not at the elite levels, but at the lower levels, I've definitely seen a decrease in participation. like in the high schools, freshman, JV, you just don't see as many guys on the team. You don't see as many competitors. So who knows? I hope that doesn't really affect the long term of football because it is a game I love. But I could see it being an issue that the concussions is really going to deter a lot of people from playing, and a lot of people are going to turn down opportunities for that sport. So appreciate it. Thanks, you guys, and looking forward to finishing up these last few days.